Good morning, afternoon, or maybe it's evening, wherever you are around the world. We just want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to the first post-game Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season 2021-2022. So don't go nowhere. But before we start talking about the post-game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs, we want to invite you, don't forget to subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show under the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like. Finally, if you have any comments or tell us what you think about the game between the Leafs and the Canadiens, let us know what you think. So let's dive in and talking about the game. Here we go, like we do at each game, post-game. We start with the puck score of the game. We're going to give you all the information for each period. During the first period, the Montreal Canadiens jumped very quickly over the Toronto Maple Leafs. They was attacking back to back to back. The first 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I believe Montreal should score a minimum of 1 or 2 goals. But Jack Campbell was unbelievable, make a big save back-to-back to steal a goal for, again, Christian Dvorak. And then after that, Josh Anderson, Campbell make a big save at that moment. But obviously, Montreal cannot take advantage of those opportunities. We have to wait until 7 minutes, 22 seconds, 2 versus 1. Josh Anderson, they make a turnover at the red line coming back down, 2 versus 1, and then take advantage of the maybe a lack of the communication between the goaltender and the defenseman. Did an amazing great pass to Jonathan Drouin, and Drouin just tipped the puck after the pass, and Campbell couldn't do anything after that play. And Montreal Canadiens scored the first goal of the season with Jonathan Drouin. Jonathan has so much a difficult time for the last couple of months, come back stronger. He take a time, work on himself, and then he took all summer to work day in, day out to be back in shape and to be ready for the upcoming season. We cannot ask for more. Jonathan Drouin scored the first goal of the year for the Montreal Canadiens and the first goal of the game. Montreal at that moment take the lead 1-0. Again, the first 10 minutes, Montreal was pretty great overall. But during a penalty, again, Romanov, the Toronto Maple Leafs, took a little bit more, changing the momentum of the game, attacking back and forth. Jake Allen makes some couple of saves against Mitch Marner and John Tavares. And during the second unit power play at the end of the penalty, almost like 1 minute 58, Pierre Engvall scored the first goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. And this one, it was on power play. Bonding and Sandin got an assist on that one to square the score 1-1 at 10-12. And that was the 2 only goal. For the rest of the period, Montreal maybe 2 more chances, but it was all about Toronto. Jake Allen was really busy, and he make a couple of great saves, and the momentum changed at that moment. At the end of the period, Montreal and the Toronto Maple Leafs have 9 shots, and again, the score was 1-1. At the beginning of the second period, again, Toronto came back stronger and better. Jake Allen dominate more and more during the first 10 minutes of the second period. A couple of opportunities for Toronto, but he cannot finishing a lot. And the pass sometimes was not always accurate. But again, there was more on the offensive side during the first 10. Then Montreal finished strong the second period. But Jack Campbell make a couple of great saves. They missed a couple of opportunities during that period. But again, Montreal could not take advantage of 1 power play during the second period. And finally, the Toronto Maple Leafs did not score also. And the final score after 40 minutes, it was 1-1. The shots during the second period was 11 for the Montreal Canadiens, 14 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. At the beginning of the third period, right away, and inside of 1 minute, Mitch Marner picked up the puck at the blue line, at the red line, and he turned around. A lot of time, team prefer not dumping the puck during the change, but regroup and turn around, coming back down, and then restart. And that's what happening. Both teams have a change line at that moment, and Montreal dropped the puck to Morgan Riley, where he was going to the bench to changing. And then Riley keeps skating to the red line. He saw completely on the side, on the far side, William Nylander skating hard, passed the puck to Nylander, and Nylander beat the defenseman from the Montreal Canadiens coming down on the right side, on the left side of Jake Allen. And I think Jake Allen dropped a little bit too fast, and then William Nylander with an amazing, great shot over the shoulder at the glove of Jake Allen, a score, gave the lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs to by 1 at that moment. By 2-1, it was his first of the year, of course. Morgan Riley and Mitch Marner got an assist on that one. So at 1 minute, 6 seconds at the beginning of the third period, the Toronto Maple Leafs scored the second goal of the game. After that, Montreal did not do very well, but the Toronto Maple Leafs gave an opportunity for Montreal to tie the game at the beginning of the 5 minute. Jason Spencer got a 2 minute for tripping. About 20 seconds later, Mitch Marner at 4 versus 5 got also a tripping. So about for 1 minute 30 seconds, Montreal is on power play 5 versus 3. What can you ask more to score a tie the game? But obviously, mistake after mistake. Tyler Toffoli, Jeff Petrie, Suzuki do a very bad decision, bad execution, cannot take advantage. We have to wait until the last 10 seconds of the power play. Dvorak missed a one-timer shot on the back door. Then the puck go back all the way to Petrie. Petrie saw Gallagher on the back door to opposite side. The empty net. Campbell could not come back. Justin Hall dived down, and then Gallagher did not want to shoot high, and Justin Hall blocked the shot, and that's the only opportunity Montreal got during that power play. Almost 90 seconds at 5 versus 3. They got another power play at the middle of the game. Did not take advantage again. And that's the turnover of the game at that moment, on my eyes. Overall, it was pretty even both ways and on all the stats. But unfortunately, Montreal did not take advantage of the 90 seconds, and they are 0-4 on power play, and I think that's the reason why they lost against the Toronto Maple Leafs. At the end of the game, they have Brendan Gallagher go in the corner, push someone, and then the 10 players jump all the way together, pushing back and forth, and then the referee gave a penalty to Josh Anderson. I understand Josh Anderson go over and he pick a guy, but when it's the end of the game like that, it was a bad call. Usually a ref would give no penalties, or it will give one penalty for one team to another team. At that moment, the referee make a bad call on my eyes. I like the Montreal Canadiens. I'm a fan for the Montreal Canadiens, but I'm always honest. It could be against Toronto, but I will always be honest with you. But I think it was a bad call for the referee at that moment. And that at the end of the game was 1843, I believe. And that's completely cannot make Montreal to remove the goaltender, at least to play 6 versus 5. But they have a chance anyway to remove Jake Allen to play 5 versus 5. And Montreal have 2 chances to score. One almost at the end. A bad play, I believe, for Engvall to create offside on the defensive side for the Toronto Maple Leafs. About 12 seconds. Montreal had 1 or 2 chances to score at that moment. But I think at the end of the day, not good enough to win that game. The last third period, the shot was Montreal 12 and only 7. The total of the shot, 32 by Montreal, 30 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But again, on my eyes, the key or the turnover of that game, it was honestly the bad execution of the power play for Montreal. You can't blame one specific player. It's not good enough. It's that both units did not do well. Not many chances during those power play. And the most important thing, the 90 second 5 versus 3, that was the key measure of the game. On the flip side, give credit for Toronto during that time. They played a solid 3 versus 5. Whatever Montreal did not do well, we have to give credit for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like we do usually for the after the post game, we give also all the information about what's going on the stat. First of all, the final score 2-1 for the Toronto. The shot was 32-30 advantage Montreal Canadiens. The face-off completely dominated by the Toronto 58 versus 42. Power play again Montreal 0-4, and that's maybe make it fun on the special team. Toronto win tonight with 1-3. The hit was 32-14 for Montreal Canadiens. The block shot pretty even, 14-13 Toronto. And finally, the giveaway was 19 for Montreal, 16 for Toronto. And the minute penalty, 6 for Montreal, 8 minutes. The best player for each team, first of all, Jonathan Drouin with Anderson and Kodak have 1 point. Cole Caulfield shot 4 times the most for the Montreal on Jack Campbell. Jeff Petrie played 26 minutes, 54. And finally, Jake Allen, whatever he lost the game, he gave only 2 goals during the game. He stopped 28 of the 30 shots for the save percentage of 9-3 and 9. On the flip side, Morgan Riley have also 1 point. 6 front player have 1 point yesterday. Case shot 6 times on the Jake Allen. Morgan Riley also played the most minutes with 22-40. And finally, Jack Campbell stopped 31 of the 32 shots he faced yesterday for the save percentage on 9, 6, and 9. And finally, the 3 star of the game. Let's start in with the 3rd star. Of course, we have to talk about Jake Allen. Have a great game overall, .939 save percentage. The 2nd star of the game yesterday for the Toronto, Jack Campbell, with a save percentage of 9-6-9, 31 save on the 32 shot he faced. Finally, their 1st star of the game, the goal winner goal. Of course, we talk about William Nylander, 1 goal yesterday. He was the goal winner, so he was the 3 star of the game. Jake Allen, the 3rd star. The 2nd star, we talk about Jack Campbell. And finally, William Nylander got the 1st star. Montreal is going to be back on the ice. Again, the Buffalo Sabres, Thursday night at October 14 at 7 o'clock. The Hockey National Show is going to do a pre-game at 6:30. We invite you to join us talking about Montreal Canadiens. What is your prediction of the game? What the final score? And all the pre-game we do all the time for the Hockey National Show. So we can wait to see you there and watching the game with us. We're going to do, of course, the live stream, the play-by-play between the Buffalo Sabres, where they are going to be their 1st game for the upcoming season. They open up at home against the Montreal Canadiens. So this guy resumed the game between the post-game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. But before we leave, we want to invite you, don't forget to subscribe to the Hockey National Show on the Facebook page or on the YouTube channel. Finally, tell us what you think about this game. And, of course, we want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody. I look forward to see you for the next video with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy. Bonne journée, mes amis. On vous invite, avant de vous laisser savoir, n'oubliez pas de laisser vos commentaires à propos de la partie entre Toronto et le Montréal Canadien, les Bleus, Blancs, Rouges. Et finalement, on se revoit plus tard avec une autre vidéo avec l'entraîneur, Coach Frenchy.